With every passing episode of Cabela's Outdoor Adventures, I know we're getting closer and closer to the hunt that I specifically came back to this game for, and of course, you guys have heard me talk about it. There's an Albino Mule mission that I really want to do, and it could even be today. I actually don't know what's next, and we can't look forward. We can only look backwards at the hunts we've done, but we're returning to Prince of Wales Island first today, and the rules for this one, I think we looked at them at the end of the last video. No firearm or bow restrictions, and we need 2 bucks and 1 doe for the Sitka blacktail deer. So I think we've only shot Sitka blacktail does so far, and I saw some pretty good bucks as we did it, so hopefully we can get some good ones, and I think we're set to head out of here. Ooh, okay, that can be a reminder that there are bears on this map. I don't know if he'll want anything to do with us, but I forgot that's what the green dots were, so we're just gonna kinda sidestep that. I don't know whether it's best to just walk towards him and get his attention and maybe have it dealt with. Okay, he's just gonna get out of here, but I forgot. This is a map that has actually both bears and bobcats, so we should probably be running with our gun out just in case. Oh, and that is a pretty decent buck. So,
nice looking trophy.
Just take him there with the 270. That's a pretty odd way of finding one, just running over the hill. Not a fan of the bobcat hanging out over there. I don't know why they're bigger than the deer models. I guess older games like this, hitboxes gotta be something you can actually get, so that kind of makes sense. But anyway, this is a pretty good looking deer. Velvet. Is that normal? Maybe they're all gonna be. This is a fall hunt though. It's a 10 point. Only a 59 score, so maybe he's not huge. I don't know if that's some kind of like uncommon spawn though. That's kind of interesting. I have no idea. We'll have to pay attention to the next one we find. I mean, that doesn't look like velvet. Now, the one thing is, there's a bear right over there, and I kind of wonder if it would be a smarter decision to try to bring him closer. Actually, I think another buck just stood up back behind the bear. I don't know if it's bigger. It, I would say, definitely is. So, that kind of potentially changes things. I still think it would be smartest to call him in, though. I really don't like that the bear's there, just because we know last time we shot a couple of the does with the muzzleloader, and the bear, as we shot, decided to charge, and if we can avoid that, that would probably be ideal. But yeah, that guy's better, so we're just gonna kind of hang out here. That buck ran off, but as long as we can get the bigger one, that's fine. And just by the way, that guy doesn't seem to be in velvet either, but he's past the bear. The bear's kind of moving away. I think worst case scenario, we'll have time to get a shot at the bear now, if he would decide to charge us. So before this guy runs off, because I feel like it was somewhere in that range that the other buck spooked from, we'll take him. For the moment, for some reason, the bear's just kind of standing there, which is sort of what happened again last time with the muzzleloader. I'm not taking any chances in running up to this deer. I need to make sure the bear is either going to run off or charge us and we can take care of it then. Or neither one. There we go. Alright. So, should be good. This one is, yeah, non-typical, not velvet. 95, so better. That's kind of cool. This one's a 11 point. I wonder if that velvet thing is just like a normal spawn on this map, or if we got lucky. I really don't know how that works, but we've not had it anywhere else. Anyway, I don't know why we're not getting like the words about high scores and stuff. I don't mind it, because I just end up having to wait for them to stop talking anyway. We know that other deer is a buck, so once this bear's done running around in circles, then I'm sure it's not going to come after us. We're going to turn around and see if we can find a doe out here. Ooh, I don't like that. That kind of hurt us a little bit, but I wanted to make sure we were actually going to hit it, because it was kind of going at a bit of an angle. There's the doe. Well, that was weird. I figured there must have been one over here, because that bobcat's coming this way too, I think. Yeah, it's at least running this direction. Oh, that could be a problem. What? Is that just bugged? Okay. No, 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 no. Jeez. Okay, claim the dough. I don't know what's happening, but for a second there, is this dough going to be our high score? I think it is. Anyway, for a second there, I think the reason that we got saved was that the dough was, like, keeping the bobcat from charging, but I think her hitbox was stopping us from hitting it. And then we almost died. So what we're going to do is we're going to resume this and then just turn and run the other way because this is the end of this hunt. As long as we make it for a few more seconds, we're fine.
This trophy can go back to deer country.
But that was far too close to failing this hunt after everything.
Time to move on from this location.
Thank you. Alright. That could have ended up terrible, especially after that velvet deer. I really don't know if that's a common thing. And by the way, we'll have to go and look at that in the trophy lodge. We forgot to do that last time, I realized. But, ooh, I think this is it. I think this is the area with the albino mule deer. Now, I don't remember how to actually get to the mission, unless it is a specific hunt. Take 3 desert mule deer, check your bag limit during the hunt. I don't quite get that, but I think we have the light camo on already, so we shouldn't have to buy anything different. I guess we'll head in here and see, and hopefully I can remember how to do this. You know what? We're gonna save first, just in case there's something that needs to be done. We'll be ready in case we somehow skip past it, because I really don't remember how to do it, but I think it is in this region. Now, for some reason, it did actually tell us to look at our bag limit from in the hunt, and it is just $2 and 1 dough, so I'm not sure why it couldn't tell us that in the rules. Maybe that does have something to do with the albino mule deer that I mentioned. I'm really not sure, and I don't know how we trigger that mission. I know it's in this area, but as far as how to get to it, I really can't remember, so we're going to play through it normally and hope we just find it, and if we don't, we'll have to kind of go back and do some experimenting. Well, that should do fine to fill our dough tag. It's nice she bedded there and not a little bit closer to us, because that hill would probably be in the way. Man, they do blend in pretty well. That did not get her.
Let's take a look-see at your trophy.
That's a little better. So that'll get that out of the way. And I don't know, maybe the mission pops up like after you've already shot something? I really do not remember at all how to get to that. It almost might even be like the next mission. I'm kind of remembering that, so I don't know. We won't worry too much about it in this hunt, unless one of the wardens just tells us. But shot her actually not too bad for the fact she was on the run.
We're having a problem with aggressive coyotes in this area.
Okay.
If you bring down a deer,
Oh.
be careful. Coyotes might go after your kill.
Okay, I could never do this as a kid, and I don't even know if it's possible. It's gonna spawn a coyote behind us, and we're probably just gonna die, but we'll see if we can kill it.
This is a new high score for this species.
Oh. Alright, we got that one. There was another one there? I think we're okay. I'm glad I can remember that anyway. Are we allowed to keep this? We are. Cool. So I figured that maybe
This is a new high score.
that would fill one of those like empty plaques that we have in some of the other lodges or the other rooms. So at least we got that. Maybe that's, well, I was gonna say maybe that's required to actually get the albino mission, but I'm pretty sure I never actually killed that as a kid. Ooh, and there is our first buck, and he's not bad. I think he just bedded there. He doesn't have like a ton of tines, but he's got a lot of mass on him, so we'll scoot up here a little closer to get a better shot. We'll also, I guess we gotta pay attention, number one, just to if any coyotes are getting close to us, and then number two, after we take him, if any are gonna spawn behind us again, because that part I don't necessarily remember. There's one just hanging out right there, which I don't love. I guess we'll go ahead and try to get our buck, and then maybe before that we'll reload. I can't remember how the rest of this works. I know that one spawns there, but after that, I don't know. And is that because we're injured? That made it really difficult to aim. We also got no audio once again from our warden, which is kind of weird. But let's, just because of the way they phrase that, let's stand here a minute and see what happens. If none of them run down here, we'll just claim them and assume things are normal. Seems like they're just moving off as they otherwise would. That one's kind of running away. We'll hope for the best then. This guy is drop tines. 8x8, so not bad. I think like a total number of points that we've not had on like the Rocky Mountain mule deer. And they probably have similar antlers, so that's pretty good. Now, we need to...
This is a new high score for this species.
Make sure nothing's after us. Oh, okay. Not quite what I thought that was going to be, but I think we're good. I don't think that I have a med kit, and I don't. So we gotta be careful. But got a couple new deer over that way, so we'll go and check them out. I might be crazy, but I think that mule deer has like the velvet texture that the Sitka blacktail we shot had. So let's see if we can get him. Man.
Nice looking trophy.
I'm pretty sure it's because we got hurt, but it's so much harder to hold steady. Still watching for coyotes as we do this. There's one hanging out right over there. But I would say of all the deer species that we've hunted so far, these ones actually blend in the best and are the most difficult to find. Like, I knew for sure because the border of the map is right here that he was within, say, 100 yards. And it was still difficult to actually sneak up on him and see him, but that coyote sort of ran this direction. They've got me paranoid now, especially after the way the bobcats went, but yeah, that's another drop tines. It doesn't say that he's in velvet. There's a lot of info here though, so there might not be room. That one is another 8x8 actually, and that should get us out of here.
This is a high-scoring trophy.
So if we don't get... Also, I'm just
Nice
gonna
hunting.
move off
You've finished this season.
in case there's any coyotes, but if we don't get any indication of the albino mule deer here, like for the next hunt, I'm really not sure what we're supposed to do. But it could very well just be this. It says the tags for this area are 1 buck and 2 does. Shotguns, rifles, or handguns. We have the 270 equipped. So, I guess we're gonna rely on the warden? Not sure how else we're gonna get the opportunity for that one. I'm really trying to like think back and remember how that worked. We've got a doe out here and we can probably go ahead and fill one of our doe tags. But I just don't remember having to actually do anything to like activate it.
Nice looking trophy.
Because I know for a fact that I would just like restart the hunt over and over until the albino would be like a good size one, which seems to be more common on this difficulty than it was on the beginner difficulty I played on like all the time as a kid. But I definitely don't remember having to like go and shoot something first because I could just restart quickly. So I don't really know what's going on here. Didn't get anything activated there. I'm not sure how we do this. Ooh, that looks like a pretty good buck. That's gotta be better than an 8x8. I mean, clearly. He might be about to run off. I hope he's not. Doesn't look like it. I cannot figure out why. It's like harder to hold steady now than it ever has been. There's a bunch of coyotes down there. Not necessarily a fan of that. But our skills should be going up. I think that one maybe was trying to chase us. They have like a noise they make. Let's just stand up here.
You haven't been given a tag for that animal.
Was worth it to check, to be honest, because
This is your first warning.
didn't need to get killed going to claim the best desert mule deer we've seen. And again, if we can figure out how to do this albino mission, like that's probably the rack that I used to restart over and over for. This one's 494. I think that's the best out of either mule deer species. He's a 34 point if I'm doing my math right. Oh, I guess I don't need to do that. Well, I guess I did it right anyway. But good to know they can get that big.
Congratulations. It's a new high score.
I would hope so. But yeah, if we can figure out how to do that, and if we decide to actually try to restart a couple of times, that's probably the kind of thing we'll look for. We gotta get this other doe. I'm not sure what to do unless there's a bonus hunt or something that comes along after this. I don't really remember how to get to it. It's honestly impressive how many hiding places there are for these things, but there's a doe just bedded right there. we might as well take her out and see if that does anything for us. If not, I'm out of ideas, but didn't get any immediate prompts from the warden. It could be after, it could even be like some kind of bonus hunt that's unlocked. I just know it's a thing. I can't remember how to actually get to it, but I don't get how some of the does are that high scoring.
Great job. You've completed this location.
I mean, that doesn't sound encouraging for being able to come back. Getting quite a lot of cash rewards now, and our strength isn't that high, so maybe that's why we're struggling to hold steady. All right, let's see. That's taking us to Taylor's Island now. Okay, so this is not one of my prouder moments, but I just realized there's a missions tab here, and there's, I think, 2 hunts per region, which is the same as the normal amount of hunts, so there's basically double the amount of content in this game that I thought. And included in here is the albino desert mule deer buck with a rifle mission, so we apparently have to use the desert mule buck decoy and take it from a tripod stand. But I don't know why I never thought to look here. So I don't know what we're going to do as far as the missions for like the rest of this series. We may take a look at them and see if there's other good ones. But for the moment, we need to buy both of those things that are required.
Step on in and have a look.
We need, probably both are in accessories. Tripod stand is surprisingly cheap, actually.
The experts always know what they need.
Actually, both of them are quite cheap. It's only $120 for the buck decoy.
Thank you. I hope it works out well.
So, we can get set up here. Don't know, I guess they're gonna go here. And we'll actually go after that mule deer. So, the way that I would always do this in the past is I would pretty much just go up here and not worry about the decoy or the tripod stand until I knew how big the albino was. If it wasn't very big, I would restart and pretty much just repeat that process until it was actually good size. And because of the last buck we shot, we know what they're capable of getting to, and that might very well be him. And he's actually pretty nice. He's got the double drop time there. I don't know, I like that rack. Let's just set up and maybe take that then. I was gonna pretty much do what I always did as a kid and just like reset over and over. They have to be on flat land. This spot down here may work, and I want to call him in and get him good and close. I don't mind if we spook him a couple of times doing this. Like, I want to get a good, proper look at him. But that rack actually looks pretty cool, so I'd be perfectly happy to take that one. Now, how do I set this up? I don't have a clue. Okay, that was more of a struggle than I anticipated. Does that stay? Now I'm going to have to set it up again. We have to get the decoy out. I'm assuming... Oh, alright. Thought I could maybe choose where that's placed, but we'll kind of walk over here a little further. Get that placed. At least we found a spot where, well, it sometimes works. Finding a place for both to go seems to be quite difficult. And I don't know that it would be the best strategy in real life to have your decoy, like, 4 yards away. But we're going to go ahead and hit the collar. And I really want to just get, like, a good look at him. Like, just something I could basically get a screenshot out of. Because it actually looks pretty cool. I mean, I really do like that rack. And I'm sure we could get more points and a higher score out of him. But the one thing I was thinking was, I didn't want the exact same rack as what we just had. And those double drop times are really cool. I mean, again, we're looking at graphics that are 15 years old. But I like that. I think it looks good. So I'm going to be happy to let him get fairly close. I don't want him to spook because we're in a good spot here and who knows if we can ever get this set up again. But that's cool to see coming in. And I have no problem kind of prolonging the specific hunt that I came back to this game for. It's so cool to re-experience this because I would play to this point in the game over and over, and now that I know I had to go into the missions, clearly that's why. I'm sure you unlock the missions as you go through the rest of the game. But that's actually a pretty cool rack. I'm still looking at that like it's a good frame. Got the double drop tines. It's not perfectly even either, which I think I commented on that with the Rocky Mountain mule deer. It's impressive that they're not just mirror image antlers, because that would be kind of the obvious thing to do. We're just getting in here pretty close. I don't know how far they'll spook from a tripod, but I think we should just take him there.
I'll grab my tape measure.
And that is going to be probably the last kill of this video. I'm not going to bother picking up the deer decoy because I think that's just going to get put back in our inventory. But we, after a little bit of struggle, got ourselves the Albino Mule deer. So this guy is, I guess, somehow only a 74 scorer. Not sure why he's that low, but it's a 21 points, the second best desert mule deer we've shot. I really don't understand how that works. I'm sure there's something that makes sense, but I want to go back to the lodge and see that.
Great effort out there.
And just quickly before we do, I started reading through some of these missions, and like I noticed we were missing trophies in like that first room. So for the first one, we have to shoot a fox, and then the other mission in that region is to shoot another elk, which I really wanted to do. I felt like we shot a much smaller one than we needed to. So I'm looking forward to actually going through and doing these, and that's probably going to extend how long we end up actually playing this game for. But I don't mind it. I'm really enjoying this game. And we get to go up to this level. That's the mule deer that we just shot. I wish we could get like a frontal look, but that's actually a pretty cool like pose they have him in. And then we have somewhere, there's our coyote. That, it doesn't say is a velvet mule deer, but I'm pretty confident it is. It's got like the same texture. I mean, compared to that one, you can see the difference. There's one of our does. Does it not put the albino anywhere in here? Well, that's kind of unfortunate. I wonder if there's a way to get it there? Maybe when we do the other mission? I mean, there's only that one empty spot. What is the other mission for this area, actually? I mean, that does make sense. This other mission is to take a desert bighorn, apparently from a watering hole. Take it with a shotgun. So it would make sense to, like, display the bighorn in the trophy lodge. I wonder if we got, like, a higher scoring albino, if he would be the one in there. And I don't know, like, how to go about that. I really don't get what changes the score. As much as I want to, like, try that again, I think we're going to be happy with that. It was a good looking deer. I wish it was in the lodge, but that was part of the reason that I made sure we got a good look at it. Like, we'll have the, like the screenshot of him walking in. So I think that is going to do it for this video, and kind of ending on a surprise note that there's a lot more content left in this game than I thought. So we may start doing an extra mission along with the 3 hunts that we normally do, just to kind of speed things along. We'll kind of see how that goes next time. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.